Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some more Terracards madness. It is great to be here and I hope you're doing well today, folks. So do I have something special for you today? So if you check the bottom right corner, you will see we are rocking version 1.3.4. That's right, folks. 0.4. A new update is out and this new update is significant, very significant. So I'm going to flash the update notes on the screen here real quick. Feel free to pause the video, of course. And then we're going to get into it. So, you may have noticed, we have some new cards. We have some new products, which is awesome. And most importantly, my friends, we have the resurgence, the glorious resurgence of the new structural priority function. And this is very important. It's big because it's going to allow us to essentially broaden our horizons. It's going to allow us to go big game hunting and make some big ticket products, one of which we're going to do right here today. So let's hop right on in. Let's start a new farm here, and I'm going to go with the Cowton Agent. That's right, Cowton Agent. The idea here is that we start with veganism, right? And starting with veganism is going to be important for the build I have in mind, especially as it relates to, quadrupling your production. So let's hop right on in. Check our perks here. Let's go with Save the Animals. Let's go with, I think Monoculture is appropriate here, and let's go with 7 Seas Explorer as well. Continue on in, and folks, the farm name. So this is going to sort of illuminate what we're going for. I suppose the video title does as well. But we're going for PB&J. That's right. An after school or an at school classic. So let's rock and roll. And while we're rocking and rolling here, my friends, if you are enjoying the Terracards content here on the channel, please consider becoming a subscriber. Would love to have you in the community. Please also, give the video a like if you think I'm doing a good job here. And as far as the final housekeeping topic here, so I do have a revamped and upgraded and remastered Discord server. You can find a link in the video description. Join us there. There are plenty of us there. We have a good time. Feel free to join the Discord channel. There's plenty to do and interact with the community further. So let's get started here. And of course, we start with the plant cow. Now, the plant cow is, of course, not an animal. It's a plant, but it produces soy milk. Kind of a funny, but really kind of strong card. So what you want to do is, with the Cowton Agent, you want to play 3 of these, and then you want to play your watery tree, right? So that's going to solve your water problem. You won't go broke. You won't lose the game on the first turn. You can easily do that. And then you're probably like, oh, shoot, I'm not producing anything. I'm going to stalemate here. No, you won't. You'll be fine. Just give it a turn. So what are we going for today? Well, I've already kind of illuminated. Yeah, we're going with the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And what does the peanut butter and jelly sandwich do? Well, it's a pretty high selling item. So let's take a quick peek at it. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So you can actually get the peanut butter sandwich as well. Sells for $160. But we're going big here in this one today, folks. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich selling for $320. So in a mixer, you need the basic bread, the peanut butter, and of course, the jelly. Now, fundamentally, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich is not a complex item. But consider this for a second. What if you had to make the peanut butter yourself? What if you had to make the bread yourself? And furthermore, what if you had to make the jelly yourself? Well, that's where it gets complicated, right? So this here jelly is a new product. And it requires 2 apples and 1 refined sugar in a melter, giving you 1 unit of jelly. So all of that will, of course, go to the mixer. And will make your peanut butter and jelly. A few other things that I have noticed. So we do have a new essence reward. Hopefully we can stumble across that. I will certainly showcase that once we get there. We have some new menu features as well. So we have animations enabled. So you can actually turn this off if you're having, performance issues. And it will cut the animations completely. You will, of course, still get the production and income and all that good stuff. But the animations, which tend to slow it down, will be eliminated, which is real nice. And you can turn on or off the native cursor, which gives you this kind of big, kind of slower moving, goofy cursor. I'm going to play with the native cursor on, right? This just feels right to me. So that is another thing. And lastly, there is 1 new card that I've noticed in here. I'm going to see if we can stumble across it, and I can showcase that for you as well. So let's just get this train on the tracks here, my friends. And I did go plant cows early. These things are actually pretty darn strong. I mean, look at this production, right? 20. That's soy milk selling for, pretty darn strong in the first few days here, right? Carrots, rabbit, water chicken. So obviously, what do we need? We need peanuts, right? It's pretty basic. You need peanuts to make peanut butter. So let's go ahead and start things off with some peanuts here. And then I'll start to kind of get my build plan in mind. Do I have any plant cows left? Yes, I have 1. And then I have 7 soy. So why don't we get a few of our soy plants down here as well. I think that's a fine spot. I'm going to hold on to the apple tree. It's actually nice that we start with the apple tree. So let's see. I'm going to go... let's go with... so we're going to just expand a bit here, so... and I've actually got the cash, so it's real nice. So yes, we're going big time here. What I want to do is I want to leave ample room for the variety of buildings that we need to sort of meld together to make this work, right? And also there's, of course, ways to buff things up, right? There's things like the mill, and there's things like, well, I mean, mainly the mill, but there's other ways to kind of buff things up. Sometimes if you get your buildings in the proper spots, you can lace in additional production, right? So I'm kind of trying to consider all of these things while I put this together here, and we'll kind of see how it goes. The good thing about the veganism start is it starts off very, very strong, right? I mean, we're already at 13K at day 11, right? So veganism is very powerful, and I think it's, in a lot of ways, the key to this build. More sunflowers. We also do get a fermenter here. The fermenter is an important addition, so I think we can take the fermenter. I actually do need a lot of buildings. I need to collect a lot of buildings to kind of make this all work. So let's definitely get the fermenter here. And let's see. So I'll go with the fermenter right here. And you will see things come together real quickly. Well, maybe not real quickly, but in due time, you will see things come together for sure. So here we are navigating this big patch of islands, and we get more peanuts here. We also get the mixer, so obviously you know the mixer. That is ultimately what creates the sandwich that you need. But I'm going with more peanuts here, because again, as you already know, you cannot make peanut butter without peanuts. So let's go ahead. Alright, so let's see. Let's go with... why don't we go with some more peanuts right up here? Actually, no. Let's start it here first. And obviously, I'm going to set up a peanut butter production zone right here. I think that makes a lot of sense. This is where monoculture really comes in handy as well. We do get the crusher. Let's take the crusher. We certainly need the crusher for some crushed peanuts. So let's play the crusher right here. And yeah, we're going to be negative in some of the resources. That's okay. We'll get to a spot where we get these fixed. Really what I want to do is I just want to get the outline down. And what do we have for our first essence reward here, my friends? Well, we do get the new one. So this is peanut flour. Crushed peanuts can now be used as flour. So that makes some interesting, I guess, combinations available to us. The way I think about it is, I mean, how often do you really run low on flour, right? Flour is a pretty abundant thing to create, and so are peanuts for that matter. So I don't really know that this is the most beneficial one to us for this build here, but elite cows are. And why do elite cows work well is, well, the plant cow actually works with elite cow. If you look, the little plant cow logo flicks up there. So we're definitely going to go with elite cows here. It just makes sense. All right, so let's set up... why don't we set up a little soy zone right here? And then for our apple trees, I think we can start playing some of our apple trees right here as well. We get mighty 32 production. We get 5 more apple trees. We get 2 juicers as well. I do need the juicers. I'm going to take the juicer over the apple tree for the time being. All right, so for our juicer, let's see. Let me think about this for a moment. Okay, so to make bread, right? So we're going to make dough on this island here. And to make the dough, you need to juice some sugarcane into a centrifuge. So we're going to need a juicer right here. And then we're also going to need the refined sugar variant of the sugarcane. So we're going to need the juice. We're essentially going to need to set up another juicing operation, and that's going to be done right here. So we got both of our juicers in place. This is going pretty well so far. Another fermenter, do we need that? For our soy operation, yes we do. So why don't we get that set up as well? More soy, sure. We'll take some more soy. I mean, you do have to still build an income base, right? Otherwise, you're going to run out of cash. Though you can maybe argue that differently with veganism on. Here's the melter. This is great. Exactly what we need. So the melter goes on our peanut butter island. Going to start making peanut butter once we get our fuel solved. We have the oven here. Might as well take that as well. I mean, we are just getting hooked up with the buildings that we need here, folks. And you'll love to see it. Silo apple tree. I'll go with the apple tree. And we can play it here. And that apple tree is going to be useful. Getting really mighty production. We get the mixer here. I mean, the game's just like, hey, you going peanut butter? All right, here's all the buildings you need. Tenfold. So cow deluge does work with the plant cow as well. Interesting. But I think Dionysian rites is the more impactful one to go with here. Given it's going to get us to a spot where we're just good. We're just looking good. We're feeling good. With all of our overall crops that need to kind of come together to make this happen. So what am I looking for now? Well, we need to get the energy and fuel solved. Electric carrot, I don't really see that as a viable option for us. So let's see what a few rerolls might reveal. Fuel corn. I mean, that's a potential option. Can't go fuel cow. Here is the Yolik sunflower. So what is this, you're asking? Well, this is a new card that has been added to the game. And it appears to be pretty darn mighty. So the Yolik sunflower, plus 5 energy per sunflower's production in a 3 island range. That's a massive range. 3 island range. And plus 5 energy per sunflower's production. So this lone Yolik sunflower here should solve our energy woes. It really should. So let's test it out. Obviously we have sunflowers producing mightily right here. So why not just go ahead and get one right here. Boom, look at that. Plus 381 from a singular card. Absolutely insane. In fact, I'm kind of curious to see what it looks like with like a giant sunflower build, right? That is a massively overpowered card, if you ask me. A juicer, yeah, we do need another juicer. That's got to go right here to start juicing down our soy. And then we get the fridge. You might as well complete that and start making the delicious tofu curd. Alright, small fence beans. Mixer. Do I need 2 mixers? I don't believe so. I think all of the magical stuff is going to be happening at this mixer here, so let's roll by it. More soy. I mean, could I use it? Sure. Do want to stock some rerolls. Got to start getting some sugar cane here, my friends. It just seems like, and what do you know? The game is symbiotically attached to my brain, and it's hooking us up with the sugar cane. That kind of rhymes as well. So this is great. Sugar cane is sparse. It's hard to find. It's not always the easiest thing to secure into your hand. So that's great. I'm going to build 2 islands. So we got a stack of 15 here. Let's kind of spread it out just a little bit. So we're going to have sugar production here and here, right? So I'm going to need some sugar cane on this island as well. Not to mention, I do need some just basic wheat as well. So let's make sure we secure that when it comes up. Suppose we could use fuel wheat or blue wheat as well, but prefer just regular wheat if possible. Melter. Do I need more melters? This is for the sugarcane operation, so yes, you bet. Weed expansion, paste bloom, and dealer's hand. I think weed expansion is useful for sure. Let's go with weed expansion. And continue to play our sugarcane, and it already gets mighty, especially with veganism, and it gets a buff when it's adjacent to structures as well. So that's exciting stuff. So let's go with our melter here and here. And then we need the centrifuge. That'll be next up. And then, of course, the refinery as well, but that'll be a little bit further down the road. Get 11 units of soy or the plant cow. We'll go with the plant cow, given there's ways to kind of buff it up. Why don't we just throw it right here? 248 production. Just monstrous. In fact, you've noticed you can actually draw the plant cow now, right? The plant cow is a viable card you can select. Wasn't always that way, but it is now. We're running low on water, so we'll have to get that addressed as well. But I'd like to really get our fuel solved. So let's grab a giant sunflower. Why don't we get that on this biogenerator here? 5,660, just like that. The biogenerator is just so strong. If you're ever having troubles with energy or fuel, in this case, my friends, the biofuel generator is where it's at. Not for energy, no, it costs energy actually, but it's really hard to find a better solution for fuel, my goodness. So let's start another sunflower island right here. I obviously want to get, well, here's a centrifuge, so that's real nice. In fact, some of our buildings should be going here. We must be on Dionysian rights, which is why we're getting the water that we need. This lone watery tree is holding up the entire water supply of our little civilization here. So let's see what do we have going on. So we're making peanut butter here. And I suppose this is probably a good time to kind of preview the structural priority. So all you do is you just right click on your structure and it will bring up this little ring here. And what you can do is you can disable the production of certain products, right? So isn't that cool? So let's just say, and this will probably be a good example up here. So let's just say I did not want this fridge for whatever reason. It's a little finicky, I must admit. Alright, let's just do it down here. Let's say I didn't want this fermenter to create apple cider. Then you just toggle it off. Or yogurt. Toggle it off. In fact, what we want this fermenter solely doing, and not that it would produce any of these other items, because we're not going to have the production structure around it, but we want this solely producing dough. So we're going to leave dough on as the only option here. And with the mixer as well, you can see the new sandwiches in place here. Really cool. I really like that. And like I said, it really does allow you to kind of go to aim higher, right? So a lot of times with a lot of these more complex items, I'm looking at you like chocolate carrot cake, namely, right? With a lot of these really, really complex items, it just gets really tough to string together a build that works without getting one of the production chains all messed up because, you know, one structure takes multiple of this or that, right? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about if you played the game. All right, so we do need some wheat. So I'll grab some fuel wheat. It's not the best wheat solution, I must admit. So we're going to have a mill right here. This will be wheat around it. You can always get some silos in here as well. But I think what I can do is I can go with fuel wheat right here. It actually does get decent production. With veganism, of course. Really not too worried about flour. More worried about, like, sugar, I think. Here's the mill. Tremendous. Are we full? Yep, we are full. So why don't we go ahead and expand. And let's get the mill in place here. Alright, we get tropical soil, dealer's hand, and rabbit apprentice. We'll go with tropical soil here. Give us a little boosted income early on. And we get the refinery here as well. So this is also very nice. So juicer, crusher, and the refinery, we want that right here. And let's take a little summary of what we're making. So tofu, making 83k. Very strong product. 416 apples, 1600 peanut butter, sunflower seeds, tortillas, and a purified sugarcane juice. Alright, very nice. And plus raw sugar. So that raw sugar will be turned into the refined sugar, which is going to go into the melter. So we're actually getting to a spot where I think we'll actually start being able to, well, once we get bread. Yeah, so we need bread first. We should be making jelly, though, I would assume. Okay, so this is going back. The refined sugar is going back here. Is that for the pie crust? All right, so this is where we can use the structural priority. So refined sugar. Yep. So let's check it out. So this interacts with the melter to make the jelly. Okay. So that's what's happening. So we need another melter on this island here, it appears. Yeah. That's what we need. Okay. And what do you know? The game hooks us up with another melter. It's hard to take over the watery tree, though, but we got to stick true to our guns here, my friends. So what I'll do is I will go melter right here, and then we can toggle this melter to not create the jelly. And we can have this one solely create... Oops, that's a mixer. We can have this one solely create the jelly. Now, let's see what happens. Okay, so it does go to the melter. So this oven, I believe it's sucking up our apples here for apple pie and candied apple. So let's turn these off as well. In fact, let's turn all this off. We want to produce in bread only. And let's see if this works. Let's see. Let's keep our eyes on it. Didn't see any jelly pop up, but let's check our little cell sheet here. Okay, so still no jelly. That's all right. We're figuring this out. Okay, so all of the apples are going to this melter here is what it looks like to me. So let's turn the jelly off of this one as well. I mean, sometimes you just got to play around with it, right? And then you right click again. Again, it's got like a little box, right? You see the little finger pointer come up? It's got a little box where you need to click, but you right click to bring up the screen, and then you right click again to make it disappear. So we do get our other centrifuge here. This is great. We'll throw that down. And now let's see. I think this should be solved here. But we're going to find out real soon. We should be making jelly. Okay, so the question is, what's going on with this? Do we turn off these sandwiches first? Let's see. Yeah, jelly. There we go. Alright, so something was happening with the mixer. It was eating the production, but we have made jelly here, my friends. 17.4K. In fact, what does the jelly as a raw product, what does it sell for? 84 bucks. Very nice. Alright, so let's take this other Yolik sunflower here and play it, of course. And let's get our water kind of in order. Okay, so what do we have going on here? We should be making bread. Okay, so we want this to make flour. We want this to make dough. So let's keep our eyes peeled on this. We're making tortillas. Okay. Yeah, we don't need that to happen. Nope. In fact, we need all this turned off. See, this is the usefulness of the structural priority. It really does change the game. There we go. We made some bread. And my friends, we're going to be making our first round of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Get excited. The time is now. Alright, so what we have to do is we have to turn... So we got all of the base ingredients. Bread, jelly, and peanut butter. And just looking at it here real quick, so we're going to be short on the jelly, right? So the jelly is what's going to be holding us back. We need more apples for the refined sugar, so we did just grab some apple trees. That is great. But let's toggle on the old peanut butter and jelly. Boom. Let's do it. And let's see what happens. Do we get it? Oh yeah, you bet. We got it. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. An after-school staple. And it's a very long text there. I can't quite see. It looks like we're making about 66K. 208 units of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Very, very nice. So we have a bunch of leftover flour, right? So that means we're short on the raw sugar to make this into bread, right? And then we have a bunch well, a little bit of refined sugar left over, meaning we need more apples. So we got the apples solved. Let's try to get some more wheat in here and get these buffed up by the mills, right? Definitely going to be doing that. So 4 apples. And obviously need some more sugar cane too, right? But let's go ahead and get some more apple trees in place. We'd also be looking for things like water tanks, right? But let's just buff this up with apples and let's see our production rate steadily increase here. So 192, some reason we made less that turn, not sure why. Hey, how about the water tank? How about it? All right, now we have 192. So we have a little bit of leftover apples. Okay, let's see if I can figure out what's going on here. So it looks like 192 is pretty consistent. Maybe that was a Dionysian Rites turn when we first made our sandwiches. That's possible. Definitely possible. For the water tank, I think it's prudent to get it on our sugarcane islands here, just to get that boosted production. I mean, 176 per plant is mighty. All right, so we are cooking with gas now, my friends. We have 300 sandwiches to sell, and our income is, of course, scaling up. I'd like to say that the PB&J has taken the mantle. In fact, let's just see. So this is selling for 320. All right. So 320. Mixer, cow, rabbit, olive tree. Here's some regular wheat. Yes, definitely. Let's pay the tax man. We get arboreal bounty here. So this should help us address some of our water problems. And let's play our regular wheat right here. Yeah, 384 now. So 320 times 384, and we're looking at 122,880. So about half of our income is the famed peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Very nice. So my question for the group here today, if you are viewing, my question for you: what is your favorite type of jelly? Right? So there are many combinations, many possibilities, right? What is your favorite type of jelly? For me, I kind of like the raspberry jam. And the reason I like the raspberry jam, well, I would say it's because you get those little seeds in there, right? And I like the tanginess of the raspberry as well. Good stuff. All right, so we got to get our water under control, don't we? So let's get a solve in place for that. In fact, as we just continue to expand outward, we just continue to stress out our water level. But yeah, what is your favorite type of jelly? Please do let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for your interaction with the channel. And like I said, if you want to join that Discord, I mean, please do. We got a nice community over there. There's all kinds of different channels in there, including ones that kind of preview some of the games that we're playing here on the channel. There's a general chat where you can meet, all kinds of awesome people and just kind of overall interact with the community. And then furthermore, there's an art corner, right? So if you're an artistic person, you can certainly, there's a spot there where you can post some of your artworks, which is awesome. And then there's also a poll where I'm asking you, what is your favorite series currently on the channel? So those are just a few things you can expect on the old Discord server. So please join if you have any interest at all. Would appreciate it. All right, so let's just kind of play our apple trees wantonly there. I did go with arboreal bounty. I guess I didn't really think about that, but I mean, we have 4.2 or 4,200 essentially apples left over. And plus, you might also notice, I'm sure you've noticed this by now, but they're starting to use the Ks, right? And I would assume M for million. That's nice. It makes this a lot less cluttered. Now, the only thing they have to do is just bring back the ability to singularly sell products, right? But yeah, this game is coming a long way, and I'm really, really liking what the development team is doing with the game. I mean, honestly, props, kudos to the development team. They've been doing a great job. They've been on fire lately. All right, corn, antenna, fuel, peanuts. Let's see if we can just lock in a surefire water solution here. I guess we could get the ager and throw it here. Get a little apple cider action. Sure. Let's do it. And let's, of course, say that for some reason I'm anti-apple cider. I can just be like, no. I can deny it. I can just say, nope. We don't want apple cider anymore. It is not Christmas time, right? Are you nuts? We can do that. We have the power. We have the control. So yeah, I'm really loving the structural priority function. I think it makes so much sense. And it's so well done. It's done way better than kind of the first iteration of it where it had that numbering system, right? It's just done so much better. So props to the development team of Terracards. Just killer idea. Awesome idea. You've done excellent. Apple tree, fridge, pasteurizer. Need none of this. Fermenter, no. How about some kind of water solution? Just so I can get a little less nervous about it. Do we need more wheat? I suppose we could put in some more wheat here, or peanuts. I don't think we really need more wheat, though, to be honest, right? How about a cross to double wheat production? How about that? That is just a superior solution overall to wheat. So let's do it. Boom. All right, so now we're going to get a whole bunch of flour here, my friends. But yeah, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. How about that? More peanuts. Yes, I will. I was just thinking about maybe adding some more. So let's go ahead and do it. Whoops. All right, so let's just X out this juicer completely. That was placed in error. All right, water tank. Yeah, we could use it. I haven't seen more sugarcane. And honestly, the sugarcane is the key. So let's assess our inventory here. So we have bread left over, which means we don't have enough jelly, right? So we need more jelly. So why don't we boost up this island here, which is the sole driver of our jelly production. And let's see what our production changes to. It should be up, but how much is it up? 512 now. Okay, very nice. So that's good. We need more sugarcane. And we need it desperately. So sugarcane in a water solution, that is the immediate goal here for us. Sunflowers, yeah, because I'm kind of interested in seeing how strong these Yolik sunflowers get. If you just surround them, right? I mean, a 3-island range is insane. It just is. But how strong does it get? Wow. 2100 energy per turn from one lone Yolik sunflower. That is insane. You want to make bets that this card's the next one to get nerfed, because it just, I mean, one of those babies can can keep the lights on for your whole entire island. Now, I'm not giving the development team any ideas, don't get me wrong here. Watery tree, hey, how about that? We will certainly take the watery tree. And does it work with the Yolik sunflower? I mean, they do have a production value assigned to them. So it wouldn't be super impactful. Maybe we can find a better spot for it. I mean, on the sugarcane island, there's definitely an angle there, right? We could do that. Yeah, that makes it really, really strong. And then let's go ahead and put it on the Yolik sunflower island. Yeah, nothing really too impactful there, but sugarcane is getting monstrous. 352 production here, my friends. Engineer cow, medium fence, gnome, blue wheat, more peanuts. Do we need more peanuts? I mean, what's the angle we could take? We have a melter right here. I mean, we could get a crusher. I have a crusher in my hand. We could get in some more peanuts right here. Then you'd run the risk of taking out some prime real estate for some more sugarcane. However, it kind of feels like the jelly is what needs the most propping up here, right? Could also put peanuts just right here. Yeah, let's get some more peanuts. And let's get a crusher on our central island here. In fact, I'll put it over here. Make the priority function a little easier to navigate. And then we're going to go with... that would be the oven. We're going to go with crushed peanuts. Yes, and then we'll change this to creating peanut butter as well. Oh yeah. There's just something enjoyable about a big production chain coming together. So we can play more peanuts here. We're doing just fine on flour, especially after getting the cross. So we might as well add some more peanuts to the mix. Would also be interested in grabbing a Peanut Fest, the Essence reward. Maybe we'll get that in the next 3 days here. We'll certainly see. 1,000 units of peanut butter left over. So yeah, it is still the jelly. It just is. Which means it's the refined sugar. So let's see. There are ways to buff up sugarcane. And that's by putting structures around it, right? So maybe we can come up with some kind of structural island behind it to further boost it. So that means scarecrows, right? That means things like... we could throw this melter back here. See how it buffs it up? And just turn all these off. I don't think I really have use for an additional melter, right? We can throw the scarecrow here. Let's just make sure that it's working. It sure is. Okay. So let's load up this island with structures. Peanut flour. Gluttonous feast. Let's go with... Crushed peanuts can now be used as flour. I mean, it does give us a little bit of flexibility. Let's go with it. Why not? I just want to make sure that that doesn't really do anything here with what we're working with. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell when you get the draw phase up, but we'll certainly check it out. Juicer, so here's another structure that we could use. Let's do it. Really buff up our sugarcane here. So we just need it. And that's going to help us, yes. So 624 now. Very nice. So making a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches here. Yeah, I don't see the peanuts turning into flour here. Instead, it's turning into peanut butter. So we're good there. We're good. Plant cow. Sure. Might as well use the new old, right? So it used to be in a very earlier, well, a much earlier version of the game, I should say. You had the plant cow, right? And now it's back. And it's very strong. Alright, so let's get it up again. Boom. That's right. In fact, I should have probably done it along the side here in the event we do get more sugarcane. Yolik sunflower. Or 5 fuel tanks. I'm going to take the 5 fuel tanks. So watch these things get mighty. So what I've noticed about sugarcane is it's kind of sparse, right? You don't often get it, but you do get plenty of just random structures, right? So use this as a way to buff them up. Like water wells, right? Probably had no business taking a water well at turn 154 unless maybe you're limping behind in water. But it gives it a new use, a new utility. Pasteurizer. Sure. Why not? Of course, costs a lot of energy, but that's of no threat to us with the Yolik sunflower. In fact, 81,670 fuel. I mean, we're getting a little bit from our fuel wheat here, but that's this giant sunflower that is mighty in its own respect. And given vegan, it's the veganism buff that's doing it, right? So it's effectively doubling. But what's happening is it's being halved, right? So a little over 2,000, and then it's being quadrupled due to veganism, right? Veganism, so strong. It really is. All right, peanuts. Do we have more zones for peanuts? We certainly do. So let's go ahead and play them. We get Paste Bloom, Gluttonous Feast, and Bunny Like Carrot. Suppose we'll go with some Paste Bloom action here. Why not? And boom, peanuts. Looking for Peanut Fest. Suppose I could play, given the trees have taken over, well, Arboreal Bounty, I should say, has taken over this island here. Play some more peanuts there. Another giant sunflower. Yes. And for this one in particular, let's just put it off there. Get that strong production out of it. Why not? All right, 681. We're making 1,000 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches here, friends. 1,000. Okay, so buffing up our sugarcane island really did well, and we still have some bread left over, which of course means that we still need to continue to buff up this island here. So we'll keep doing it. 2 fermenters. Do we need it? I mean, we don't need it, but it'll serve its purpose. So here we go. Fermenter, let's turn all this off. All right. So yeah, Farah Rito, I believe is how you pronounce your name on Discord. Tremendous, my friend. Excellent job with this structural priority. I'm loving it. More sugarcane here. You bet. This is precisely what we need. So, yeah, thank you. You did a great job with this. You really did. All right, so sugarcane, let's assess. We have bread left over, although it's waning, right? 44. So we might want to be smart and kind of divvy this up, although we can use the same logic back here. Yeah, let's divvy it up a bit. Why don't we fill this island up? We can use the same logic back here and just get this buffed up. Alright, we're making some real money now, my friends. So 2.1 M, of course 2.1 million. 1.1 thousand peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Alright, so let's just keep going into orbit with this build here. Water wells times 4. Yep, you bet. Have you ever seen a trashier island than this? My goodness. I don't think I have. But it's alright. We're doing it with the purpose here. Water tank. Yes, absolutely. In fact, that's a pretty key thing to get. Alright, so let's check the production numbers now. 1,300. Very nice. Almost $500,000 in piece of bread, some peanut butter, some jelly, and another piece of bread. Very lovely. So I can't tell. Is this 42? Is this like 420 something? 425? Hard to tell exactly how much bread we have left, but seems like we have still plenty. Solar panel. Let's choose some smaller structures here. Pasteurizer. Yeah, you bet. Okay. 2.1 mil, no problem. Water tank, yes, you bet. Peanut fest, yes, you bet. Alright, so our entire build just got a lot stronger. Our peanut production is massive now. 152. Just lovely stuff here. Bunch of leftover peanut butter making 830k per turn. 500 of that is the PB&J. Everybody's favorite after school snack. Alright, so let's think about this. I mean, it's still the jelly, right? But I don't want to be wasteful with my water tanks. Another oven, an ager. We have some fuel wheat. Antenna. Let's go with the antenna. And we can throw that right here. And let's just continue to assess here. So bread, it looks like it's like 380 something to me. That's what it looks like to me. So that means more emphasis on continuing to do what we're doing down here. Small fence beans. Let's roll this soy. Yeah, we got room for some soy. Sure. Make that delicious tofu curd. What would you rather have, friends? A peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a tofu curd? Let me know. Regular wheat mixer, pastor, no. More sugar cane. So this is very nice. This is what you like to see. Alright, so let's see what this does for our production at turn end here. Alright, so 1900 PB&Js, which is excellent. Okay. And still, it's the bread that is prevailing. Apples are still hanging in there nicely. So, again, we have to continue to just go all in on the refined sugar. I mean, which is good, right? It's good to be able to just kind of focus on one zone versus, or one product more like, versus a bunch of random products, right? Yeah, absolutely. All right, making $1 million per turn, 1,900 PB&Js. And now it looks like our bread is gone. Look, we have excess jelly. Okay. So this is how you can use your sell sheet to sort of determine what you're deficient in. In this particular case, we need to get this island beasted up now. So we're going to do the same thing that we've been doing down here and here for this one here. And we'll add a future sugarcane island right here as well. So it's amazing kind of how it all kind of comes together. And how resource levels ebb and flow, right? Let's play this apple tree right here. Get it out of my hand. Sunflower. Yeah, we'll take the sunflower. In fact, I could have gone with the popsicle there. But the sunflower is usable. We'll take it. We're approaching another essence reward here, my friends. Crab collector, apple tree. 2 crushers. How about 12 more sugarcane? How about that? Yes. Alright, I don't know what's going on outside. There's some kind of, like, music going on. Sorry if you can hear that. I really do not intend for noise pollution of any kind in my videos here. But there are things that I'm simply unable to avoid. Although, I must admit, I did not anticipate music. Kind of out on the street, right? Never anticipated that. Mill mixer. Let's go with the mill, and let's just chuck it down right here. And then let's check where our resources are at. I'm going to, of course, just decommission it. Alright, so we're back to making a surplus of bread and having the need for jelly again. So this is kind of a constant ebb and flow here with this particular build. And it's actually kind of fun. 2,100 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches per turn. Very nice. Got a surplus of bread. Yep. So let's continue to buff up these islands down here. Let's grab the popsicle. It's going to do that for us. I mean, we're getting like 700 production out of each sugarcane plant. That is just nutty. Crab collector fermenter. Let's see if we can get a bigger stack. Do I need watery trees? No. Medium fences. Reroll for 7 mil. This hurts. Melter, fuel infuser. Let's go with the melter. It's a small building. And turn all this stuff off here. Alright, very nice. Alright, let's end the turn and check the production sheets. I would imagine we're cutting into that bread surplus just a bit. Yeah, it looks like it's either double or single digits here. Okay. So we're going to have to ebb back in the direction of just the regular sugar. Let's grab the popsicle. Yes, you bet. Alright, so let's get an assessment of what we have. Just a little bit of bread left over still. So let's see what 2 popsicles does for that. Do popsicles work with the plant cow? I'm curious. Yeah, it does. Interesting. I guess it's a plant cow. It's got all the same properties of a cow. It's just not considered an animal. 12 sugarcane. Yes, you bet. That is what the doctor ordered here, my friends. You love to see it. Alright, so let's see. We have a surplus of bread. I think what I can do is I can spread this out just a little bit. Either that or we save up for a water tank here. Or we just go crazy right here and double them both. Or get them both beasted up is what I'm trying to say. So this should put us at a surplus of jelly. We just added a lot of sugarcane. Surprisingly, no. I'm going to give it one more turn, though. How many? So we got 5 left, okay? Scarecrow, yeah, I'll take that. I've got a feeling we got a surplus of jelly now. Yeah, we do. Okay, that's what I thought. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's fill out this island here to get more of that nice bread. Can't really bank on a water tank. And then why don't we go here with our just buffing up, right? It's going to buff up both sugar production here. Alright, looking mighty. It's like 2,200. Look at this. We have a surplus of refined sugar. So now we're short on apples, believe it or not. Unbelievable. And we have our boreal bounty in place, so it's going to be hard to get more, actually. Home sweet home, golden chance, chicken in the corn. Yeah, so let's see. Let's think about this. I mean, I've got a few just trace spots where we can put an apple tree, but amazingly enough, we are short on apples. Who saw that coming? Well, you probably saw that coming. You're probably like, dude, why did you go arboreal bounty? What are you doing? Well, I mean, it's a valid point. It's a valid point. Let's see if we can secure some more apple trees. I mean, we can throw one right here. I'll get a little bit of production. And ultimately, what do we need? We need the apple to be in conjunction with the mixer. Yeah, so we kind of soft-locked ourselves. At least as far as it relates to producing more peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Right? But still, this is a fun build. Really enjoyed throwing this one together. 10 apple trees. Let's get one right here. Wish there was a way to override. Otherwise, let me think about this for a second. So what could we possibly do? So the raw apple has to get to the mixer. If we threw another mixer right here, no, I suppose it doesn't really work like that. Yeah. Yeah, with Arboreal Bounty, it kind of sinks the advancement of this. It just kind of does. I guess we'll get a little bit more, you know, 64. We'll get a little bit more. Got a few more apples coming in now. Looks like we're short on... We short on flour? Yeah, we're short on flour, actually, as well. Okay. So let's see if we can get some mills. Okay. Yeah, surprisingly, we're short on flour. I'm not seeing any flour here, right? So let's see if we can address that as well. Pasteurizer, carrot, wolf. Let's grab the pasteurizer. And we're just going to keep doing it in this fashion here. We're just going to keep adding random buildings to this island. And just buff up our sugarcane. In fact, how we looking? 336, 356, 436, 756. Double water tank, right? Wild stuff, good stuff, fun stuff here. Fun build to put together here, friends. So I need some... Let's get some silos. Let's see if I can secure them. Okay, so 24 million comes out of the bank, and we are kind of... We're sort of... getting toward the end of the build here. So my question on the plant cow as well. With black water, does it now consume fuel? Meaning, does black water work with the plant cow? Wow, 664. It's getting greatly buffed up by all the soy around it. Yeah, those plant cows, that might be a fun build to mess around with too, now that you can draw them, right? Definitely something to consider. Alright, so we might be staring at our last week here. 2,500 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, though. And we had the opportunity to go even greater with this if we didn't select Arboreal Bounty. But then again, you could also make the argument that, okay, so you're going to get less production, right? You're going to get a lot less production out of these trees here, right? I believe they're getting like a +5 production boost. There are other elements of our build here that are boosted by the Arboreal Bounty, right? The sugarcane here, right? So this is greatly buffed up because of the watery tree there. So maybe it kind of nets out. I don't want to say it nets out positively or evenly, right? It probably doesn't. Hey, how about some silos? It probably doesn't, but I think the Arboreal Bounty is working in certain ways in our colony here that maybe I'm not factoring in as much, right? Let's get these silos in here and let's see what this does for our peanut butter and jelly sandwich production. We were at 2,500 just a moment ago. So let's see where we kind of net out at now. 2,300. So what are we short on? We have jelly, peanut butter, the sugars. I think maybe that was just a goofy turn. Okay, so I'm not sure what's happening now. Now we have 3,400 excess bread. Is there something with... So I was doing a build not too long ago. Well, it was several months ago, but... It's where I put a tree on an island with the oven. And things just got goofy after that. I don't know if the same thing's going on here. Or what's going on. But I think we're about at the end of the line anyways. $12 million. Yeah, we're not going to be able to make that up. So it looks like the run ends here at day 250. I think there was certainly some opportunities to do this a little bit better and more efficient. But I think you get the idea, and I hope you enjoyed kind of previewing some of the new features. We got the new essence reward locked in. So peanut flour, right? Use that for your builds moving forward. Structural priority function. Amazing. It is awesome. It is a great feature. Ferrarito and team. Pat that guy on the back when you see him next. He's a good dude. And he's making awesome improvements to his game that just simply make it better, right? Structural priority. We also got things like the Yolik Sunflower, which is an amazingly powerful card. It seems to be rare, right? I think we had the chance to get 3, ended up drawing 2 throughout this entire 250-day playthrough. But that one is very, very strong, my friends. And obviously it makes a sunflower enthusiast like myself rather happy seeing it. So that is tremendous. What else do we have? Well, we can get a bunch of plant cows now, and these are very, very strong when surrounded by soy. You know, look no further than the 664 here. Like, that basically... Like, that's stronger than a entirely boosted up and beefed up, essence rewarded up cow, right? So, that is mighty. And the soy milk and regular milk can be used interchangeably with the Cowton agent. So, all good stuff here, my friends. All exciting things as well. Try a build with the peanut butter and jelly out, right? Let me know what you learned from doing it. Let me know where maybe I had an opportunity to do something or think about something maybe a little bit differently and kind of take this build to the next level. The PB&J, you know, it's a pretty strong product, sells for $320, right? But the production chain is kind of complex, right? I mean, the PB&J is very simple, right? When you buy the ingredients from the store. But we didn't do that in this one here, my friends. We instead made the peanut butter and jelly itself. Meaning, we made the peanut butter, we made the jelly, we made the bread, we amalgamated it all together, and we made a bunch of cash and survived 250 days in the Terracard realm. So I'm going to go ahead and end the turn and get the game over screen here. Made $119 million, mainly off of the PB&J. Very, very nice. So yeah, this was a fun run, I must admit. So try out 1.3.4. Continue to give your feedback to the Discord server of Terracards. Also join the channel's Discord server, link in the video description. We would love to have you. If you think I'm doing a good job here, please give the video a like. And please also consider becoming a subscriber. With that said, friends, I am getting on out of here. But thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. We'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot.